These faces lit up our screens for decades. But what you're about to see are their final moments captured on camera. Join us as we remember the legends who left us too soon. Don't forget to subscribe for more touching tributes. Freddie Mercury. This photograph from 1991 is one of the last images of Freddie Mercury, the lead singer of Queen. He was born on September 5th, 1946 in Zanzibar. He publicly denied having AIDS until the day before his death. He died from AIDS-related bronchial pneumonia on November 24th, 1991 in London at the age of 45. Robin Williams. Born July 21st, 1951 in Chicago, he shared this joyful photo with his pet monkey on his own Instagram for his 63rd birthday. Beloved for roles in Mrs. Doubtfire and Aladdin, he was secretly battling a severe dementia. He died by suicide on August 11th, 2014 in California at the age of 63. Carrie Fisher. Born October 21st, 1956 in Los Angeles. This photo was taken by a fan in London on December 22nd, 2016, the day before her flight. Iconic as Star Wars Princess Leia, she candidly battled addiction and mental illness. She suffered cardiac arrest mid-flight, dying 4 days later on December 27th, 2016, from sleep apnea at age 60. Mao Zedong. Born December 26, 1893. On May 27, 1976, this turned out to be Mao's last public appearance and the last known photo of him alive. Mao suffered 3 major heart attacks, which rendered him an invalid. He passed away nearly 4 days later, on September 9, 1976, at the age of 82. David Bowie. Born January 8, 1947 in London, his final public appearance was in New York on December 7, 2015 at his musical Lazarus premiere. The icon, privately battling terminal liver cancer for 18 months, channeled his mortality into his final album Black Star. He died peacefully in New York on January 10, 2016 at the age of 69. Vladimir Lenin. Born April 22, 1870 in Simbirsk, Russia. This photo shows the revolutionary leader in a wheelchair. The immense strain of the revolution and civil war devastated his health, leading to 3 debilitating strokes. He died at his estate in Gorky on January 21, 1924 at the age of 53, with stroke complications as the official cause. Jimi Hendrix. Born November 27, 1942 in Seattle. This photo was taken by his girlfriend Monica Danneman on September 17, 1970, in London. It shows the legendary guitarist with his cherished instrument, Black Betty. He died the very next day, September 18, 1970, from barbiturate-related asphyxia at the age of 27. John Lennon. Born October 9, 1940 in Liverpool, this last photo of the Beatles icon was taken on December 8, 1980 in New York City, moments before his assassination. His killer, Mark Chapman, is visible nearby, having just gotten Lennon's autograph. Lennon was shot 4 times that evening and pronounced dead at the hospital at the age of 40. Adolf Hitler. Born April 20th, 1889 in Braunau am Inn, Austria. This photo shows the Nazi leader outside his Berlin bunker on April 28, 1945, surveying the ruined city. With defeat imminent, he married Eva Braun and wrote his will. The next day, April 30th, 1945, he died by suicide in his bunker at the age of 56. Alan Rickman. Born February 21st, 1946 in London, the actor famed for roles like Hans Gruber and Professor Snape kept his illness private. This final photo captures him in 2015. He passed away on January 14, 2016 in London at the age of 69, with his death attributed to pancreatic cancer. Heath Ledger. Born April 4th, 1979 in Perth, Australia, the actor was an intense talent known for Brokeback Mountain and his Oscar-winning Joker. His final months were marked by extreme insomnia. He died from an accidental prescription drug overdose on January 22, 2008 in New York City at the age of 28. Anwar Sadat, born December 25, 1918 in Menouphia, Egypt. This photo captures the president reviewing troops. He won a Nobel Prize for Peace with Israel, which made him controversial. On October 6, 1981 in Cairo, during a military parade he was observing, he was assassinated by gunfire from radical soldiers at the age of 62. Muhammad Ali, born January 17, 1942 in Louisville, Kentucky. This photo was taken by his daughter Hannah on May 22, 2016. The legendary boxer, who battled Parkinson's disease for decades, was hospitalized for a respiratory issue on June 2nd. He died from septic shock in Phoenix on June 3, 2016 at the age of 74. And Frank, born June 12, 1929 in Frankfurt, Germany. This last photo from 1942 shows and with her sister Margot in Amsterdam. They were in hiding from the Nazis, where she wrote her famous diary. Discovered in 1944, she died of typhus at the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp in March 1945 at the age of 15. Christopher McCandless, born February 12, 1968 in El Segundo, California. This photo is a self-portrait he developed after his trek. The idealistic graduate sought a solitary life in the Alaskan wilderness in 1992. He died of starvation inside an abandoned bus on the Stampede Trail in August 1992 at the age of 24. Steve Jobs, born February 24th, 1955 in San Francisco. This photo shows the Apple visionary at his California home in 2011. He was battling a relapse of the pancreatic neuroendocrine tumor he fought for years. Jobs died from respiratory arrest related to the cancer on October 5, 2011 in Palo Alto at the age of 56. Marilyn Monroe, born June 1st, 1926 in Los Angeles. This photo with jazz pianist Buddy Greco was taken in August 1962. The iconic actress struggled with severe mental health issues and insomnia. She was found dead in her LA home on August 4, 1962 at the age of 36, from a barbiturate overdose ruled as suicide. James Dean, born February 8, 1931 in Marion, Indiana. This photo shows the actor at a gas station on September 30th, 1955. The Rebel Without a Cause star was an avid racer. Just hours later, he died in a high-speed collision while driving that same Porsche in Cholame, California at the age of 24. Martin Luther King Jr., born January 15th, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. This photo on the Lorraine Motel balcony was taken April 3rd, 1968, as he stood with AIDS. The next day, April 4th, 1968, the civil rights icon was assassinated by a sniper's bullet at that same motel in Memphis at the age of 39. Amy Winehouse, born September 14th, 1983 in London. This photo was taken in her hometown on July 12, 2011. The Grammy-winning singer, known for Rehab, had long battled addiction and bulimia. She died from accidental alcohol poisoning at her London home on July 23, 2011 at the age of 27. John F. Kennedy, born May 29, 1917 in Brookline, Massachusetts. This photo captures President Kennedy in Dallas on November 22, 1963. Just moments later, while riding in a motorcade through Dealey Plaza, he was assassinated by gunfire. He was pronounced dead at Parkland Memorial Hospital that same day at the age of 46. Michael Jackson, born August 29, 1958 in Gary, Indiana. This photo was taken at a Los Angeles rehearsal on June 23, 2009. The King of Pop was preparing for a major comeback tour. He died from acute propofol intoxication in LA on June 25, 2009 at the age of 50, administered by his personal physician. Bob Marley, born February 6, 1945 in 9 Mile, Jamaica. This photo was taken in Munich, Germany in 1981. The reggae legend, weighing only 77 pounds, was battling a melanoma that started under his toe. He died as the cancer spread to his brain and lungs on May 11th, 1981 in Miami at the age of 36. Kurt Cobain, born February 20th, 1967 in Aberdeen, Washington. This photo is from Nirvana's final photo shoot in late 1993. The grunge icon, who struggled with severe depression and heroin addiction, was found dead in his Seattle home from self-inflicted gunshot wound on April 5th, 1994 at the age of 27. Amelia Earhart, born July 24th, 1897 in Atchison, Kansas. This photo shows the pioneering aviator and navigator Fred Noonan before their final flight in 1937. While attempting a historic around-the-world journey, their plane vanished over the Pacific Ocean near Howland Island. She was declared dead on January 5th, 1939, at the presumed age of 41. Princess Diana, born July 1st, 1961 in Sandringham, England. This photo captures her car leaving the Paris Ritz on August 31st, 1997, pursued by paparazzi. Just minutes later, the People's Princess died in a high-speed crash in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel at the age of 36. The driver was found to be intoxicated. Elvis Presley, born January 8th, 1935 in Tupelo, Mississippi. This photo was taken at Graceland in the early hours of August 16th, 1977, after a dentist visit. Later that same day, the king of rock and roll was found unresponsive in his bathroom. He died of a heart attack in Memphis at the age of 42, with prescription drug abuse cited as a contributing factor. Prince, born June 7th, 1958 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This final photo was taken outside a local pharmacy. The iconic musician, who battled chronic pain, was found unresponsive in his Paisley Park home. He died from an accidental fentanyl overdose on April 21st, 2016 in Chanhassen at the age of 57. Tupac Shakur, born June 16th, 1971 in New York City. This photo shows the rapper in Las Vegas on September 7th, 1996. Moments after it was taken, he was shot 4 times in a drive-by shooting while riding in a car with Suge Knight. He died from his wounds 6 days later, on September 13th, 1996, at the age of 25. Abraham Lincoln, born February 12th, 1809 in Hodgenville, Kentucky. This final portrait was taken in March 1865. The Civil War president who preserved the Union was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth while attending a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. He died the next morning, April 15th, 1865, at the age of 56. Bob Saget, born May 17th, 1956 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This photo was taken by a fan outside his Orlando hotel. The beloved Full House star and comedian was found unresponsive in his room. He died from an accidental head trauma on January 9th, 2022 in Orlando, Florida at the age of 65. Audrey Hepburn, born May 4th, 1929 in Brussels, Belgium. This final photo captures the iconic actress and humanitarian shortly before her passing. After returning from a trip to Somalia, she was diagnosed with a rare appendix cancer. She died from the illness on January 20th, 1993 in Tolkienaz, Switzerland at the age of 63. Andy Warhol, born August 6th, 1928 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This final photo was taken on February 20th, 1987. The pop art icon and cultural figure entered New York Hospital for what was deemed routine gallbladder surgery. He died from postoperative cardiac arrhythmia on February 22nd, 1987 in New York City at the age of 58. Marlon Brando, born April 3rd, 1924 in Omaha, Nebraska. This last photo shows the legendary actor who became a Hollywood icon for roles like Vito Corleone. In his final years, he lived in seclusion and suffered from numerous health issues. He died from respiratory failure on July 1st, 2004 in Los Angeles at the age of 80. David Lynch, born January 20th, 1946 in Missoula, Montana. This last image is from a remote appearance for his foundation, recorded as he battled emphysema. The visionary filmmaker behind Twin Peaks and Mulholland Drive concluded the event by saying peace. He died from complications of the disease on January 16, 2025 at the age of 78. William Buffalo Bill Cody, born February 26, 1846 in LeClaire, Iowa. This photo was taken shortly before his death. The legendary showman who mythologized the American West through his Wild West show died from kidney failure in Denver, Colorado on January 10, 1917 at the age of 70. Ernesto Che Guevara, born June 14, 1928 in Rosario, Argentina. This final photo shows the Marxist revolutionary, right of center, studying a map in Bolivia's Pesca River region in 1967. He was captured by the Bolivian army with CIA support and executed by firing squad in La Higuera on October 9, 1967 at the age of 39. Sharon Tate, born January 24, 1943 in Dallas, Texas. This photo shows the actress with her friend Jay Sebring. On August 9, 1969, at her Los Angeles home, 8.5-month pregnant, she was murdered along with 4 others by members of the Manson family cult. She was 26 years old. George Michael, born June 25, 1963 in London, England. This last photo shows the pop icon dining with friends in 2016. The former Wham! Singer and solo superstar was found dead at his home on Christmas Day, December 25, 2016. He died from dilated cardiomyopathy and fatty liver disease at the age of 53. Bon Scott, born July 9, 1946 in Forfar, Scotland. This last photo shows the AC/DC frontman, right, partying in London on February 19, 1980. After a night of heavy drinking, he was left asleep in a friend's car. He was found dead the next morning from acute alcohol poisoning at the age of 33. Harry Einstein, born May 6, 1904 in Boston, Massachusetts. This photo shows the comedian known as Parkia Carcass speaking to Milton Berle. It was taken at a Friars Club dinner in Los Angeles on November 24, 1958. Moments after telling a joke, he collapsed from a massive heart attack on a Burley shoulder and died, aged 54. Officer William Murdoch, born February 28, 1873 in Dalbeattie, Scotland. This photo shows the Titanic's first officer, right, with second officer Lightoller before the voyage. On April 14, 1912, the ship struck an iceberg. Murdoch heroically oversaw lifeboat evacuations before perishing in the North Atlantic disaster. He was 39 years old. President William McKinley, born January 29, 1843 in Niles, Ohio. This photo captures the 25th U.S. president ascending stairs to the Temple of Music in Buffalo, New York, on September 6, 1901. Moments later, he was shot twice by anarchist Leon Zolgos. He died from gangrene 8 days later, on September 14, 1901, at the age of 58. Ian Curtis, born July 15, 1956 in Manchester, England. This last photo shows the Joy Division frontman. The pioneering post-punk singer was struggling with severe epilepsy and deep personal turmoil. He died by suicide, hanging himself in his Macclesfield kitchen on May 18, 1980, on the eve of the band's first American tour, at the age of 23. Paul Walker, born September 12, 1973 in Glendale, California. This photo was taken moments before his death. The Fast and Furious star attended a charity car show. He later rode as a passenger in a Porsche Carrera GT, which crashed at high speed in Santa Clarita. He died in the accident on November 30, 2013 at the age of 40. Ronald Reagan, born February 6, 1911 in Tampico, Illinois. This is among the final photos of the 40th U.S. president. He had lived for years with Alzheimer's disease, which he publicly announced in 1994. He died from pneumonia as a complication of the illness on June 5, 2004 in Los Angeles at the age of 93. Gene Wilder. Born June 11, 1933 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This photo shows the beloved comic actor at the 2015 U.S. Open, his last public appearance. Best known for Willy Wonka, he had kept his Alzheimer's diagnosis private for 3 years. He died from complications of the disease on August 29, 2016 in Stamford, Connecticut at the age of 83. Buddy Holly. Born September 7, 1936 in Lubbock, Texas. This photo captures his final performance at the Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa, on February 2, 1959. After the show, he boarded a small plane to avoid a long bus ride. It crashed shortly after takeoff, killing him instantly. He was 22 years old. Chester Bennington. Born March 20th, 1976 in Phoenix, Arizona. This last photo was taken by his wife, Talinda, days before his death. The Linkin Park frontman, who long battled depression and substance abuse, died by suicide, hanging himself at his home in Palos Verdes Estates, California on July 20th, 2017. He was 41 years old. Kim Jong-il. Born February 16th, 1941 in Vyatskoy, USSR. This last photo shows the reclusive North Korean leader. He ruled the isolated state with an iron fist for 17 years. He died from a sudden heart attack while traveling by train on December 17, 2011 in Pyongyang, North Korea, at the age of 69. Bob Ross. Born October 29, 1942 in Daytona Beach, Florida. This last photo shows the gentle painter and beloved TV host known for the joy of painting. He kept his illness private from the public. He died from complications of lymphoma on July 4, 1995 in Orlando, Florida at the age of 52. The Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls. Born May 21, 1972 in Brooklyn, New York. This photo shows the rapper with Sean Diddy Combs. It was taken after the Soul Train Awards on March 8, 1997, in Los Angeles. Hours later, he was fatally shot in a drive-by shooting while leaving a party. He died on March 9, 1997 at the age of 24. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Born January 30th, 1882 in Hyde Park, New York. This last photo shows the 32nd U.S. president, who served an unprecedented 4 terms. He was in poor health during World War II. He died from a massive cerebral hemorrhage while sitting for a portrait in Warm Springs, Georgia on April 12, 1945 at the age of 63. Charlie Chaplin. Born April 16, 1889 in London, England. This final photo shows the iconic silent film star director in his later years in Switzerland. He died peacefully in his sleep from natural causes, including complications from stroke, on December 25, 1977 in Courseulles-sur-Vevey, Switzerland at the age of 88. Mark Twain. Samuel Clemens. Born November 30th, 1835 in Florida, Missouri. This last photo shows the legendary author and humorist. He had suffered from angina and was in declining health. He died from a heart attack at his home, Stormfield, in Reading, Connecticut on April 21, 1910 at the age of 74. Nikola Tesla. Born July 10, 1856 in Smiljan, Austrian Empire. This last photo shows the brilliant but reclusive inventor. He spent his final years impoverished and obsessively caring for pigeons in his New York hotel room. He died alone from coronary thrombosis in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel on January 7, 1943 at the age of 86. The Challenger crew. This last photo shows the 7 astronauts of the Space Shuttle Challenger: Francis Dick Scobie, Michael Smith, Ellison Onizuka, Judith Resnick, Ronald McNair, Gregory Jarvis, and teacher Krista McAuliffe. It was taken on the morning of January 28, 1986, at Kennedy Space Center, Florida. They boarded the shuttle, which exploded 73 seconds after liftoff, killing all crew members. Ulysses S. Grant, born April 27, 1822 in Point Pleasant, Ohio. This final portrait shows the Civil War general and 18th U.S. president. He spent his last days in a race against throat cancer to complete his memoirs to provide for his family. He died at the Mount McGregor Cottage in Saratoga County, New York on July 23, 1885 at the age of 63. Jim Morrison, born December 8, 1943 in Melbourne, Florida. This photo shows the Doors frontman with his girlfriend Pamela Corson 5 days before his death. He was found dead in the bathtub of their Paris apartment on July 3, 1971. No autopsy was performed. The official cause was listed as heart failure, fueling enduring mystery. He was 27.